What's up, y'all? It's your boy Barracuda. Welcome to Straight Convo. So, yeah, man, this guy Charlie Kirk, very controversial. Um, he's trending right now after his death, and I've been seeing a lot of videos that's being posted, about his beliefs and his topics and his stance on black issues and condition. And it's just interesting to me that Charlie Kirk was so obsessed with issues. Black issues never had he brought up a solution. Because just like a lot of white supremacists, and when you study white supremacy, they always want to just uh highlight negative things, but never the cause or the root of the problem. You know, and they deal with one-sided facts, one-sided opinions and facts, and biased opinions and facts. Because just as much as there's black crime, there's white crime, there's Asian crime. And it's funny how, and this is why he was really extremely dangerous. And let me explain to you why this man was a huge threat. Because when you spread propaganda and it's not true, there's an effect. And he's spreading propaganda on a people, and now a whole race. And when you go out in society, you have to deal with people. And when you spread lies like that, you can destroy people, you can destroy their reputation, and you can have ignorant people harm them or persecute them. So, listen, I'm going to give you an example what I mean by what he did was detrimental and extremely dangerous to society, and especially the black community. Because not only that he was a liar and a racist and a white supremacist, but people don't understand the significance or the importance of how dangerous when you spread this false information or misinformation. So let me play it real quick. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. See, here we come with straight facts. We not playing games because we not one-sided. We 100% the truth and nothing but the truth.
Percentage of America is black? 13%, right? What percentage of the murders in America are committed by black people?
I don't know the specific statistics.
Yes.
It's 50%.
It's 60%.
60.
And it's not 60%, it's 50%. It's about 51%. So he's inaccurate.
So maybe when you do 60% of the killings and you're 13% of America, more cops should be around your neighborhoods.
Do you? But
you see what I'm saying? This guy, he just has an excuse for why there should be police. When the police originally was created to catch slaves. They were slave patrollers. So they always had a duty to target innocent blacks. So anyway, let me debunk this lie that Charlie Kirk put out there in the world. And this is why they have an excuse to create these racist policies, have an excuse to be racist, to show their white supremacy. I'm going to debunk this right real quick because people are not that bright. So this is the FBI crime statistics 2019 statistics data. And as you can see right here, these are the total population, all the people that committed crimes, and it's categorized by race: white, black, American. See, a lot of white supremacists use semantics, and you have to pay attention to what they're saying. He said 13% of the population, and they commit 60% of the murders, right? Okay. So now let's look. Y'all following me? There's black or African American right here. 1,815,144, right? Okay, so now this is the blacks that have been arrested and charged with crimes. These are the crimes. So 1 million, as you can see, 1.8. Let's say 1.8 million. All right. Now, this is murder and non-negligent manslaughter. So let's look. Whites are 45. Now, this percentage is out of four because there's 4.7 million whites that have been arrested. So now they've been arrested more than black people. They have a not too much different when you look at the white murder, homicide, and manslaughter. 45.8. Blacks is 51.2. You know, six point something higher. Okay. Not much of a difference, right? Now, when we look at every other crime statistic, rape, 69% white, 26% black. Every other category, whites beat black people damn near by a landslide. So yes, it's true. White people commit way more crime than black people. So why are they not over policing the black community? Robbery, whites, 44.7. Okay, yeah, this is the only two. Black people are higher. These only two. Okay, robbery is higher. Aggravated assault, 61.8. Black people, 33.2. Burglary, 68.2. White people and 28.8 black people. Larceny theft, 66 white, 30 black. Motor vehicle theft, 67, 28, and this is all by the blacks that have been arrested in the crimes they committed. So people don't know how to listen. If a high school dropout has more sense than you, it's pretty sad. And these people are supposed to be highly educated. And a high school dropout is way more smarter than you that can sit up here and read and see. Arson, 70% white, 24.7% black. Okay? Violent crime, 59.1% white, 36% black. And every other category, whites is destroying blacks. It's not even close. Sex offense, rape, 74.6 white, 20.6 black. Drug abuse, every category, whites are destroying blacks. So where did they get this lie and they spread this propaganda and racism to the world? And this is white supremacy. And this is white supremacy at its finest. You know, even though I don't really trust their stats, but at least they were honest on this one. So I have to give them credit for their honesty. But to go on the public and lie and make it seem like black people have a crime problem when you can see that every race has a crime problem. And whites are number one. And guess what? They outdo all other races. And the two categories that black people are ahead, they're not ahead by much. And guess what? Another thing is, black people have a legit excuse on why they are, and they have high crime in their communities. And most of that stems from white supremacy, racism, slavery, Jim Crow, systematic oppression, white supremacy, like I said again, hidden policies, laws and regulation that was against black people. So it's so many things that contribute to black crime. Being put in marginalized communities, being placed in ghettos, no government assistance. All of that stuff affected blacks, and we're still overcoming all of this stuff. Why hasn't said nothing good about black people? Our resilience, how we overcome so much, how we created so much, how we, are the innovators and creators of society, that everybody copies us. There's nothing good that comes out of his mouth. And then he diminishes the horrific and the worst atrocity that was ever committed on the planet. Slavery. He makes it seem like it was nothing, and he doesn't have to. There's no reason for them to give you reparations. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's watch.
Black people get reparations.
I believe they should.
Why should we generalize and say reparations for black people?
Because there are people that are in a worse place because their family was brought here as slaves.
And he's right.
Over 150.
He's right. And the thing is, a lot of these college students are not really able to articulate themselves that well, and they don't have the stats and information, and they don't, and not only that, they don't know how to make strong arguments. They just let him take over with a lot of bullshit he speaks, which is not true. He just lies, and you know what I'm saying, and makes no sense when you really, listen to it.
They have the ability to make better decisions.
So, and this is a complete lie. He said blacks didn't have any ability. You ever heard of Black Wall Street? This was right after slavery, when blacks did not receive anything. They did not receive no money. They did not receive a cent. And black people utilized their skills that they learned from slavery to build up their own communities. And guess what? They had their own movie theaters. We had our own medical facilities, doctors, dentists. Our money circulated 100% in the black community. And guess what happened? Racist whites bombed it because they were jealous and evil. So you're not telling the truth. You can all look up this information. Most people know this. If you don't know this by now, it's really sad.
Save money and to invest. It was such a big deal.
We did all of that. We had our own banks. We had our everything.
Blaming a person for being stuck in
And because of white supremacy, the thing that he pretends that never existed, it just disappeared somehow. It was just slavery, and then white supremacy just magically disappeared. What year did white supremacy end it? And how did it end? Let me know. I need to know what year it ended and how did it end? Was all the wealth and power accumulated from white supremacy given back or equally shared? Was there reparations given? No.
How did the Jews get so wealthy post-Holocaust?
Oh, and look, this idiot made it seem like, see, ignorance. You know how the Jews got wealthy? I'm going to debunk that in a matter of seconds. So, this is how the Jews got wealthy, even though they had money before the Holocaust. Because guess what? You can research this. The Jews were funding the slave trades, the black slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. The Jews were funding that. So now, Germany has paid over $86 billion to victims and heirs through programs established since the 1950s, including direct payment, pensions, and restitution for lost assets. They were given reparations, the Jews. And guess what? U.S. even assists Israel for years, giving Israel 3-point-something billion a year of U.S. foreign and census funding, receiving about $310 billion in total economic and military assistance. Israel has been receiving this much money from the U.S. every year in aid. Oh, then you might say, oh, he said something about the Japanese.
Jews get so wealthy? How did the Asians get so wealthy?
You're bringing in really hateful dialects.
How did the Asians? Okay. See, I'm not going to pull up all of the information, but guess what? During a little bit after slavery, whites would bring in immigrants, Asian immigrants. They would give jobs. They would tell the Asian immigrants, we'll give you jobs and pay you and give you land. So they got reparations for just coming into the country to help build things like railroads and stuff like that. So they were paid to come into another country and they received land, they received money, and they had jobs. They gave them jobs and they gave the black people nothing. So yes, they gave Japanese reparations, the Chinese reparations just to come to this country. Okay, now let's look at the Japanese. So the Japanese was paid out. So it says right here, the likely story behind Japanese Americans campaign for reparation. So the Japanese did campaign for reparations. And guess what? They gave it to them. Now, I'm trying to skim through it. I'm not reading all of this. So President Ronald Reagan signed the Civil Rights Act, and this is years later, which after the incident, whatever. So President Ronald Reagan signed the Civil Liberties Act, which offered a formal apology and paid $20,000 to each survivor. So reparations was paid. You know, it's just sad. It's extremely sad that they come and they lie. And guess what? The slave owners even got reparations after the Civil War. I have to make this. I said it in my other video. After the Civil War, the North apologized and said, sorry, man, we had to do this. You had to think about the bigger picture. Was the new industry. So they reimbursed the South because slavery ended. You know what I'm saying? And this is the stuff they don't talk about. Every time they talk about things about black people, most of the time, 90% of it, 95% of it is lies. And then when you find out the truth, you just look at them just for who they are, liars. And never tell the truth. They only tell like 10% of the truth. They never tell 100%. So, I know it's another one.
Percentage of blacks have a father.
So I'm gonna let this brother just talk. So this is another lie that they tell, and we have to constantly debunk and prove wrong. So I'm gonna let this brother. He goes off about the lies that he been spewing for whatever how long he's been doing this.
Percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised. Black community. Black people. Downfall of the black family.
A CDC study published in 2013 using nationally representative data found that black fathers were more likely than white or Hispanic fathers to be involved in their children's lives, more likely to bathe, change, and feed their children, more likely to eat meals with their children every day.
Yeah, man. So everything basically was a lie. I'm not going to keep talking about this, but it's extremely sad. And this is why black people got an issue. Because it seems like nobody's going to speak and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to tell the truth about black issues but black people. Nobody's going to tell the truth about the lies but black people. Nobody's going to tell 100% of the truth but black people. Everybody is just going around believing bullshit all day. And this is white supremacy at its finest. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, comment. It's your boy Barracuda. I'm out.